in moments when these like fears come up for you again, right? Because when our nervous system is dysregulated, or in moments when, you know, we are not keeping our own like self-health practices, which all of us, like, you know, we slip up on, at that time I find that our fears come up to the surface more, right? Like our fears of like, oh my god, something's going to happen. What if this is not the relationship I want? What if this person's going to leave? What if our life is not going to work out together? When those fears come up for you, how do you manage that? What is it that you do in those moments? What are some of the tools that you use?
Okay. My first tool is definitely breathing.
Beautiful.
I find that my breath starts to just become very like irregular. And I normally have like stronger heartbeat. So basically my whole nervous system is like, again, you know. So what I do is I start to breathe slowly and remind myself that this is not what is actually happened. This is my interpretation of the event because my traumatic event. So understanding is power, and self-knowledge is, it brings a lot. And the other thing that I've been doing lately, which has helped a lot tremendously. I mean, lately, I mean the last month, maybe the last year. And it really, like, for me, it was a game changer. I did a lot of reparenting with myself, talking a lot, not just when the traumatic, like the reflect on the traumatic event arises, like in these uncomfortable situations, but on a daily basis, trying to come back to myself and talk to my 4-year-old, write about it. And I remember I had this beautiful meditation. It was kind of a vision meditation when I was standing like myself with this age and my boyfriend in front of me, and there was my 4-year-old next to me. And vision, I was literally giving my 4-year-old to my boyfriend and saying like can you please like fix it, handle it,
Right.
Wow. Can you please take care of her? And the reaction of the child, this was enlightening. Like she started crying, and she, as if I was her mother, like she told me, I don't want him to take care of me. You to take care of me.
Wow.
That changed my life.
Wow, that's amazing.
Remember, I held her and I hugged her and I promised her I'm never ever letting you go again, and I will never ask someone else to take care of you, because that's what we do with trauma, especially with the wound of abandonment. We give ourselves to someone else, we give our power away, and we expect the other person to take care of us or to decide if they're worth it or not. And that can be very hurtful. And we have an inner child that is crying inside, like, please don't do that. Just you take back. So every time I feel something like that nowadays, I literally do like a fist, as if I was holding the hand of my mini me, and I say like, we got this, I'm here, and I breathe, and it helps me like to come back to my center again and have more prefrontal cortex. It sends the blood to the right parts of my brain, survival mode and trying to do something about it. So I have like changed from just feeling so anxious or begging, or not even begging, but saying like, no, please, or don't do this, or I should, or convincing, or sly manipulation. It's a lot.
Or trying to prove yourself, or any of that, right?
Yes. So it changed completely for me, and I'm very grateful for that. But it's just, I mean, I'm happy to share this because we all go through this situation, and we should talk about this.
Yeah, you know, two things I just want to bring up. One, I have like people ask me sometimes. Sorry, there's a really noisy motorcycle that decided to pass by right at this point. But people ask me sometimes. They're like, "Yats, why do I have to like why can't I expect somebody else to love me in the same way? Why can't I expect them to love me so that I can heal my wounds? And the basic question I have for everybody is, how reliable is that love? If you have to be really honest with yourself, really, 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 really honest, and not just like honest in the terms of like, I'm a romantic, I fall in love with everybody, twin flame, and all of that stuff, which may be true, but I'm asking you like a deep question here. How much can you count on the love that comes from somebody else? Can you count on it 100%, which means that that person can never die? They'll always be with you. Is that possible? No, it isn't. Or that person can never choose something else. Is that possible? No, they have to choose their own life. Or that person doesn't have their own trauma. Is that possible? No, they have their own story. So then any other love, apart from our love, is less reliable. Our love is the most reliable and the most available. That's the craziest thing. It's the love that's most available. But our dependency, we're still trying. I keep telling people, if we have a wound that goes on, like that we live with, just as you said, we'll keep attracting situations that allow us to heal the wound, right? That means we'll still keep finding traumas. But I believe it is because we are still children inside of us, unconsciously trying to prove our worth to somebody and say, love me. And when that person chooses us, we finally think in our head, finally my father or my mother or somebody has loved me. That's why unconsciously we even attract partners who are just like our parents, who have very similar behaviors, or at least create the same environments. In some ways, like from all the stories and like the work I've done, I've even heard of like people attracting people who almost look the same. I know I've been in that situation where I've attracted partners who are almost exactly like my mom. They had that many children, they were that busy, they didn't have love to give anybody, and I was trying to prove myself to them and get that love from them. And so, this is just again to tell you, Fio is such an amazing person who does retreats all over the world. And she herself is so honestly speaking to how all of us will have those wounds inside of us. I have them, she has them. Therapists, any good therapist will tell you that those wounds exist, but we just get better and better at managing, healing, putting them, like fighting them, and regulating whenever those things come up, which is what is so essential.
Hey, and welcome to the Inner Yats YouTube page. If you like our content, make sure you click the like and the subscribe button so that you get more of these amazing videos that keep coming your way.